Let's hear it for Tyler Denton putting up with that bullshit. And a Trump reference. Gosh, I haven't heard one of those in a while. It reminds me of a joke I wanted to do. Remember when Trump was staring up at the sun during a solar eclipse?
Yeah.
Like the only person who ever grew up who didn't hear the advice not to do that. It made me wonder if he had aides who ran around with him the whole day going, "No, Mr. President, don't touch that hot stove. No, don't touch that knife, Mr. President. Don't look at the sun, Mr. President." Looking forward to 2024, everyone. You ready for our next comic? She has performed at Higher Ground, the Flynn Space, Green Mountain Comedy Festival, FemCon, Burlington First Night. She's been a finalist in the Vermont's Funniest Comedian Contest, as well as the Higher Ground Comedy Battle. And she also throws a mean bocce ball. Please, for those of you who don't know what that means, I'll explain it to you later. Please, everyone, give a big, big welcome to Ashley Watson. Ashley Watson, everyone.
Thank you. You guys? I'm kind of sad that our Heckler left. I had a good joke for him. You guys want to hear it anyway?
Yeah. Of course.
So, hecklers, they just want attention, basically, That's why they get involved when they're not invited. And so, basically, I was going to say, "Sir, if you promise to shut the fuck up during the rest of my set and the comedian following me, I'll tell a joke just for you." And the joke is, what's the difference between a hooker and a heckler? Anyone know?
No.
At least the hooker gets paid when someone tells her to suck a dick. So you can tell them when you get home. I'm sad he missed that one. Oh, my name's Ashley, and I'm very happy to be here. By round of applause, how many actually knew you were at a comedy show? Yeah? Okay, good. I'm excited. I got this new haircut. It's still in beta. I don't know what's going on. People keep asking me if it's a political statement, so I was like, sure. I'm calling it my woman bun. It's my way of taking back the hair. So I quit drinking, but I'm not here to recruit. Okay, don't worry. Keep drinking and tipping. But I lost 20 pounds, and it wasn't 20 pounds that I needed to lose, and I did it without even trying, which is why I no longer have any female friends. But some of my friends were very concerned, like, "Did you see Ashley? She lost 20 pounds. Like, from where?" Stick with me, ladies, okay? It's going to be a long 15. But I don't know, I guess some of them thought I'd taken up cocaine. I was like, come on, guys. You know me. Can you imagine me on cocaine? No, you don't need to amp this up, This is enough. But I guess they thought I just stopped eating because they keep bringing me free food. Every time I go to my friend Dawn's house, she just starts pulling shit out of her pantries and throwing it back. "Here, you want this entire carrot cake? Well, too bad you're taking it." So I've kept the weight off for the free food. That's what I'm doing. Oh gosh, what else? The best thing about quitting drinking is not only did I drop 20 pounds, I dropped a shitty girlfriend. So that was great. Win. My new addiction is true crime. You guys like it today? Oh yeah. I watch so much true crime, I've started going places just so I'll have an alibi. And Gordon asked me to be in this show. I was like, well, I guess if a crime occurs between the hours and a comedy show's a perfect alibi because look how many witnesses I have, Sometimes I just stand in the shower and think about how much DNA I'm leaving behind. It's like a forensic scientist wet dream in there. But the thing that fascinates me the most are the missing person cases, And Alaska apparently is the place where this happens the most because, and this is true, I just learned this, Alaska has twice the national average of open missing person cases. And it's also the state with the most missing people who were just never found. They had no idea what happened to these people, just vanished without a trace. So what I want to know is how in the fuck does Sarah Palin keep showing up? I'm originally from Alabama, and have you been to Alabama? You have, and that's still your response? Okay, good. But when Vermonters, they ask me all these questions, they're like, oh, you're from Alabama. That's so interesting. So how did you end up in Vermont? I'm like, how did you forget 5 minutes ago when I referenced the fact that I was gay? Or how did you lose your accent? I didn't lose my accent like an 8-year-old in a shopping mall. No, I abandoned my accent like an 8-year-old in a shopping mall. It's not adorable. I know you Vermonters, you think it's adorable, but you also don't get down to the lower 48 that often. Because why leave the womb if you don't have to, you know? I mean, I moved here and I was like, why does everybody hate outsiders? And I was like, oh, you people have just been comfortably lying in the fetal position for 7 generations. Just get your own uterus. My mom gets really upset when I make jokes about Alabama. She's like, why do you always have to make fun of Alabama? I'm like, because it's easy. Duh. And really, Alabama's only claim to fame is Helen Keller. And, I mean, let's face it, she's no Anne Frank, you know? I mean, oh, come on, it's okay to laugh at that joke, people. Helen Keller's never gonna know. When I moved here as a lesbian, I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have it made, you know, I'm gonna be like the NFL team that gets the first draft pick. I was like, I am getting a franchise QB this year, damn it. But then I realized they all moved here to get married. So I'm just waiting for the divorces to come rolling through. There's no shame in shopping at a thrift store, okay? Like, who doesn't want that nice, well-worn-in pair of jeans with the holes right where you want them? I don't know, I seem to have this problem where I attract these women who are kind of questioning their sexuality, and then they meet me, and they fall in love with me, and then they come out of the closet, and then they promptly break up with me. Yeah, oh, and I was telling a friend this, and she was like, oh, so you're like the gateway lesbian. I was like, sure, yeah. I'm the marijuana of lesbians, that's me. I did actually have one of my converts recently reconnected with me, and she's quite a bit younger than I am, so she keeps trying to get me on TikTok. And I can't really find a polite way to tell her, like, I am 43 goddamn years old. Fuck no, I'm not getting on TikTok. But she's like, oh, Ashley, you're so funny. Like, you could put all this hilarious content on there. So finally I was like, sweetie, when people my age get on TikTok, we become the hilarious content. I don't want to be the butt of the joke. But then she was like, oh, there's plenty of women over 40 on TikTok. You know, they even have a hashtag for it. But she was texting me, and she accidentally wrote hashtag. And I said, yes, precisely. But she sent me this video of this person who's doing this political thing. And, you know, the message is on there. It's written in that, you know, serial killer font or whatever the fuck that is. And so basically she's calling Senator Cupp, who's trying to pass the new Don't Say Gay bill, and she's calling to express her opposition to this bill. And says, hello, my name is, and my pronouns are. And I'm gonna be honest, I just stopped listening. Because first of all, it's like, if you're trying to get through to the people who are proposing this bill, maybe don't start with throwing out 16 pronouns at them, I don't know. But I'm also, I know, you're looking at me like, well, you're part of the community, and you're right. But I thought we should have stopped adding letters a long time ago. Like, when you're in elementary school and you learn the A-E-I-O-U, sometimes Y, I think we should have just called ourselves LGBT and sometimes Y. That just would have covered it all. No plus signs needed. I don't know. I just I think the main problem I have with it is probably an argument you've heard before, and people are like, "What's the grammar? You can't say they," and yes, they're right. But those people didn't spend 4 years of college earning an English degree, an investment for which I still haven't seen any return, unless you want to count the $60,000 in student loan debt I have. So basically, now you're telling me my degree is even more worthless. So I have a solution. If you don't want me to misgender you pay off my student loans, and I'll call you whatever you want. That's my solution. No, I'm just trying to get people to pay off my student loans. I'm desperate. It's a lot of money for the rest of my life. Well, I am single. Surprise. And I was talking to my therapist about this, and I also think that there's no shame in therapy, okay? In fact, I think that if you are currently breathing air and you have a pulse, you should be in therapy. That's, anyways, I was like, I don't get it, like, I'm a decent person, I have a job, I haven't killed anybody, not that I'm aware of, but I bet I have an alibi. And she's like, well, it's the first time sober, you've been sober and you're dating. And I was like, I don't think I'm really worried about the sober dating. It's the sober breakups I'm really not looking forward to. I've had sober breakups, but I've had bad breakups. And they put country music to shame, basically. This one woman I dated, she was a lawyer, and when she broke up with me, she looked at me and she was like, yeah, I'm breaking up with you because I found someone better. I was like, really? You're not even gonna try to lie about that one? Shouldn't you be good at that? And then she had the audacity to basically she asked for her laundry detergent back. Yeah, and I was like, no, you're a lawyer, buy your own goddamn laundry detergent. But I gave it back to her because I'm a nice person, all over her car. Well, she's a lawyer. She should have specified how she wanted that laundry detergent returned. Another woman broke up with me in an email, and I know my friend's like, whatever, actually it happens, people do it. And I'm like, yeah, and those people are assholes. And what did these assholes do back in the day? Like, did they have to go down to the local telegraph office and be like, hey, Harold, it's me again. No, let's change it up this time. You're too needy. Stop. I found someone better. Stop. Well, I don't know. Thinking about the language thing, actually, I am a stickler about language. And, basically, I start sounding like a Republican bitching about gay marriage. I'm just like, people and their run-on sentences and their comma splices just ruining the sanctity of language for the rest of us. So I get it. So I'm biased. However, I think that our language has a lot of beautiful nuances that I don't want to lose. Like, for instance, there are very polite, subtle ways of telling someone, go fuck yourself. And my favorite example of this is the phrase, with all due respect. Love that phrase. Don't want to lose it. In fact, the most recent breakup I had, so COVID hit, everybody's talking about COVID, and then my dog was diagnosed with cancer, and then she broke up with me.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. And I didn't know what to say to her, so I just looked at her and I said, honey, with all due respect. I don't know, I guess I have time for one more before I get out of here. I work in marketing, so that English degree, basically when you're an English major, you learn how to bullshit, so it's coming in handy. And I worked for this company, and our main audience was like IT professionals, And so I was joking with my boss because I do all the social media, and I said, I'm just going to post a bunch of shit about Star Wars and call it a day. And And then I saw something on our Twitter feed by another tech company, and they were promoting this product. And it's a real thing. And it's Star Wars condoms. And the tagline was "Wrap your saber." And I was like, that's pretty clever. Except for a few things. First of all, the condoms didn't glow in the dark. So I was like, that's a missed opportunity right there. And also, if they're trying to target IT professionals, well, you know that condom's never getting used, okay? They'll be too afraid to take it out of the original packaging. I think that's my time, guys. My name's Ashley. You've been a great audience. Thank you so much.
For Ashley Watson, everyone.